We are now in Toyota Santa Margarita.
It looks so much nicer than the LE.
Okay, here with me with Kurt, and he will explain the features of new 2020 Toyota Camry Hybrid SE.
What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start up the car. So what
I can press
put
this.
Foot on the brake first, and then just push the button and let it go. Perfect. Very good. You see the ready light comes on, so you know the car's running. Because it's a hybrid, you don't hear anything.
That's not sounds right.
There's no sound, right? No vibration. So you'll always see that green ready light. You'll know the car's on. When you turn the car off, make sure that light goes out. Now you feel when the gas motor comes on. So because it's a hybrid, anytime it thinks it needs the power, whether it's the battery is low, or you're going up a hill, or you're heavy on the accelerator for power, gas motor is going to come on by itself. It's going to go off by itself whenever it needs to. Alright, so this is your main screen here. This is your home screen. It's going to show a combination of what's going on with the hybrid system, what's going on with your audio, and then you can also put the 4 people you call the most often right here. Okay. Climate control's down here. It's pretty straightforward. You can adjust the fan speed manually with the small and big fan, or you can set the temperature. If you put it on automatic, you can adjust the temperature on your side of the car. You can put a different temperature over here.
Okay.
And it'll adjust the fan in those areas to keep those temperatures in the car. So this is the screen where a lot of people leave it. It shows a digital readout of your speed. You also have an analog speedometer here, okay? And then you have a gauge over here that shows how much you're using, how much power, and whether you're using the battery or not. It tries to kind of train you to get the most miles per gallon, okay? And then also the red light shows that your parking brake is on also. Your parking brake will release automatically when you take it out of park.
Okay.
And it'll set automatically when you put it back. You don't have to turn it on or off, okay? Here, this is the information menu. This is the main one that shows your digital speed, and then you can scroll down through here. There's your tire pressures, okay? And once you have more miles on the car, it's going to start to read out a lot more information about your average miles per gallon. It's going to show you a lot of additional features, okay? There's not enough miles to really get too much out of here yet, but eventually it will. Okay, there's even an energy monitor in there. If you don't want to watch the energy monitor on the bigger screen, you can see it from here. You can go to the right. This is a lane departure screen. So lane departure is going to beep at you if you drift out of your lane. I'm going to turn it on for you right now. Okay. It also has steering assist, so it's going to try to steer you back into the lane if you drift over the line without your turn signal on. If you use your turn signals, it's not going to do anything. It knows you're changing lanes. Okay. But if you don't use your signal and you start to cross the line, it's going to beep and it's going to you're going to feel it in the wheel. Okay. You could turn those off if you don't like them. You can turn off just the beeping or the steering assist. And this is a visual display of the lane departure alert. So it'll show you if you start to cross the line on one side, and it'll turn red and indicate what's going on. If you go to the right, this is the radar cruise control. Again, if you're in cruise, you set cruise right here on the steering wheel. This has radar cruise, so it'll adjust with the speed of traffic. Okay. You can set it cruise at like 55, and if traffic slows down to 40, the car is going to automatically slow down to 40 and go back to 55. Or whatever you set it at. Okay. There's 3 different following distances. There's like a default one in the middle, and there's one a little closer to to the car, and one that's really far back for like if you're out in the desert or something like that. This other shortcut button here with the 3 lines in front is where you'll adjust how close you are to the guy in front of you when you're in radar cruise control. Okay? Message screen right here is going to show you if you have any messages going on, like it's time for oil change, things like that. This is this main settings menu. So in here you can change the lane departure alert like I mentioned. You can adjust the sensitivity. You can turn off any of the features if you want to. I recommend you leave them on until you get used to them. Same thing with the pre-collision braking system. That's in here as well, along with the sensitivity. Most people that I have talked to really like that feature. This is where you can customize the settings in the vehicle. You can change the displays and colors, and you can change the metric and things like that. Also, there's a lever at the bottom there where you can pull that lever down and you can adjust this up and down. Yeah. And then over here, some more buttons. There's one to open the trunk, one to open the gas, one to turn off the traction control. Then there's an auto high beams button on the far left. So what that does is if you have your high beam lights on, it'll automatically dim the lights if you approach a car from either direction. And then they'll go back on the high beam if you turn that button on when the high beams are on. And then your door over there is your power mirror button at the front, your power door locks, and all your power windows. And they all have the automatic feature to go all the way down as well. Okay? Here on your center console, a couple things. There is some nice plugins here for USB, 12-volt plugins and things like that. Okay? There's storage underneath this tray right here for some more gear. If you need to put anything down below, you can. Then on your shifter, you always want to be in drive, which is D, and you'll see it displayed up here where the P is at right now. This is sport mode. That's to shift the car manually. You don't ever have to do that if you don't want to, but it's a feature that's available. If you push the lever over to the left, then you can bump it up or down, plus or minus, and you can upshift or downshift the car. Most people like to leave it over here on the D side, okay? And then these will change how the car's driving. Again, most people like normal mode, okay? But there's a sport mode and an eco mode. They kind of do the opposite things. The sport mode is going to give you more acceleration, quicker acceleration, but it's going to use more fuel. And eco mode's just the opposite. You're going to get a little bit less acceleration, a little bit lower output from your air conditioning, but it is going to give you the most mileage per gallon, okay? And then EV mode is designed for bumper-to-bumper traffic on the freeway. Okay, if you're just crawling along on the freeway very slow for a half hour, EV mode's going to try to keep from turning the gas motor on and try to keep you on electric as long as possible. Okay? Why don't you put your foot on the brake one time and go ahead and shift it into reverse. I'll show you the backup camera. So you can see the backup camera here. You also notice the parking light brake went out, which means the parking brake did go off as soon as you took it out of park. Okay? And you can see the backup camera with lines to line up with a parking space, and this red line is where you'd want to stop if there was another car or a pole behind you like that, or a fence or something. The red line shows you where to stop. Okay? You can go ahead and put it back into park. Up here you also have storage for sunglasses and stuff like that, and you can adjust when the interior lights come on and things like that. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So what's the difference between 2019 and 2020?
Biggest difference is the 2020 has the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto. Okay. That the 19 didn't have. Very good, Reggie. Thank you very much.
Can you invite them?
Yeah, please come down and see me at Santa Margarita Toyota. My name's Kurt Reeves. I'd be happy to help you out. We have a lot of great cars in inventory right now, a lot of new models, and feel free to either call me or come by and see me. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kurt.
Thank you.